In August 2018, protests broke out on the streets of Basra, southern Iraq, because of many factors, including an ongoing water crisis.
شو طالب؟ الناس شو طالبة؟ ماي. يعني اليوم أنا طالب أبسط حق من حقوقي.
For almost 30 years, the Iraqi government has failed to provide Basra's almost 4 million residents with safe and clean drinking water. Since the 1980s, the people of Basra have not been able to use their tap water to drink or to cook with. They only use this water to wash themselves and wash their fruit and vegetables. Even the poorest families in Basra need to buy drinking water, which creates financial hardship. Despite this limited use, last summer, 118,000 people at least were sent to hospital because they were poisoned by their tap water. People went to hospital with abdominal pain, diarrhea, vomiting, and rashes.
لأن حقه أنا كاتني العطش وعيالي كلهم تسمم، عندي أنا عائلتي 4 تسمم، 4 فلوس ما عندي أوديهم للمستشفى.
أنا اليوم المدارس أنا حقيقة شفتها وحذرنا ببداية الدوام، قلنا لهم بابا إنه المياه مالحة، إنه المياه غير صالحة للشرب، لا تستخدمونها إطلاقاً لا للشرب ولا للغسل.
This public health emergency will only get worse if the Iraqi government does not address the mismanagement of scarce freshwater resources. Basra sits along a river known as the Shatt al-Arab. Because for so many years, not enough water has been coming from upstream into the Shatt al-Arab, the Gulf Sea has intruded into the Shatt al-Arab, essentially rendering it into seawater.
أجيب هو هذا الشط العرب اللي جاي يجيب هذا، فهنا وين تقاوم الخضرة أو الأشجار أو النخل؟ نخل عندنا نخل، كل نخلة يعني تقيسينها بالدنقة، 5 نخلات ماتن من أثر الملح.
In addition, there is pollution being produced in Basra and further upstream. This includes raw sewage, garbage, industrial and agricultural waste. There's also damming occurring across the border in neighboring Iran. And there are the effects of climate change. While authorities have never announced the reasons for why people got sick, one of the possible causes of illness could have been what looks like a poisonous algal bloom that was growing in the river inside Basra. Algal blooms feed off things like sewage, garbage, and oil residue. In fact, Human Rights Watch has discovered that in July, during the crisis and as this algal bloom was growing, there was an oil spill that occurred just north of Basra and lasted for 10 days in the river. Shockingly, Iraq has no public advisory system in place that will allow authorities to notify the public if their waterways have been or could be contaminated. While permanently fixing Basra's water crisis would be extremely difficult, there are many things that the federal and local government could do to improve the situation. These include putting serious controls on the amount of pollution that is being added to Iraq's rivers. It also includes cracking down on the mismanagement that is allowing for scarce fresh water to be stolen from the people of Basra so they're unable to use it. Iraqi authorities have an obligation to provide people with safe drinking water and water that they can use to irrigate their land. Authorities also have an obligation to inform people when their water is unsafe and how to protect themselves.